Hey guys, Jordan here. This video is for Code Platoon. This is my application submission video. Yes, I am in my garage. I apologize for the informality. I'm packing up my family. We're moving back to the Chicago area here in the next week and a half. So I am multitasking. I apologize for that. But what I'm going to be covering is a brief bio of myself. I'll be answering your questions provided in part two of your application, and then I'll pause, and then I'll start up a second video to walk through my code on CoderByte. So, okay, boom, boom. Tell us about a time you had to learn something new. What was it? How do you approach learning it? In hindsight, what would you do differently? So I'll quickly walk through my learning methodology that I use for everything, but specifically for the 12-step execution process that all JTACs are required to know. So a JTAC is a Joint Terminal Attack Controller. It's basically someone who is responsible for coordinating and clearing airstrikes. The 12-step execution process, each step is essentially a communication requirement between the JTAC and the pilot. Um, at the onset of learning the 12-step process, it can be very daunting because it's a very thorough, precise, and complex process. But if you break it into decent sized chunks, you can work your way through it. So how I learned the 12-step process is how I try to learn everything. It does mirror the military methodology for learning, but I start with more formal learning, education, lecture, background research, and then I move to practical application. So for the 12-step process, you break it up into each individual step. You do the lecture, uh, classroom time, background research, and then you move into practical application and you test your knowledge. I would test my knowledge for each of those steps, identify the gaps, and then you continue to move forward and progress. In hindsight, what I would do differently? Not to say that I didn't do this, but I find that the best resource available to you is people. People, seek out their intelligence, seek out their wisdom. I find that the people who really accelerate in their learning, people who have very accelerated learning curves, they're not people who just do the research and study the material. It's the people who talk to people who are really, really good at whatever it is they're trying to get better at. Why am I interested in programming? I've always thought that I'd be a very good programmer, very, very analytical, math, science, technology. I love all those things. When I was an IT recruiter before the military, I really, really jived well with software engineers because I love to talk to them about software. So I think this is a really, really good fit. I saw that you guys are a Vet Tech approved partner, and for this transition time in my life, I thought that it could be a good fit. So I will pause there and I will come back to you guys with part two, which is going to hopefully be a very concise walkthrough of my solutions. Didn't complete all of them, but I'll walk through those for you guys. Thanks.